Psalm 77, God's great benefit, a Maskil of Asaph. Give ear, O my people, to my doctrine. Incline thy ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth to utter parables. I will reveal the secrets of long ago, what we have heard and known, and those things which our fathers have told us. We will not hide from their children. We will tell to the coming generation the praises of the Lord and his might and the wonders he has done. For he set up a precept in Jacob and established a law in Israel, so that those things which he commanded to our fathers they should make known to their children, so that generation to come might know them, so that the children who will be born might rise up and make them known to their children, so that they may put their hope in God, and forget not the works of God, but will keep his commandments, lest they become like their fathers, a rebellious and stubborn generation, a generation that had not an upright heart, nor a spirit faithful to God. The sons of Ephraim, who fought with the bow, turned their backs in the day of battle. They kept not the covenant of God. They refused to walk in his law, and they forgot his works and the wonders which he had shown them. He wrought wonders in the sight of their fathers in the land of Egypt and in the field of Tanis. He divided the sea and led them across and made the waters stand like a rampart. And he led them with a cloud by day and with the light of fire throughout the night. He divided the rocks in the desert and gave them to drink plentiful as from flowing waters. And he brought forth streams out of the rock and made waters run down like rivers. Ingratitude of the Israelites, but they continued to sin against him and to offend the Most High in the desert. And they tempted God in their hearts, asking food because of their craving. And they spoke against God. They said, "Can God provide a table in the wilderness?" Behold, he struck the rock, and waters gushed out, and torrents streamed forth. Can he also give bread or provide meat for his people? Therefore, when the Lord heard, he was enraged, and a fire was kindled against Jacob, and wrath boiled up against Israel, because they believed not in God, nor trusted in his help. But he commanded the clouds from above, and opened the doors of heaven, and he rained down manna upon them to eat, and gave them heavenly bread. Man ate the bread of the strong. He sent them provisions to the full. He summoned the east wind from heaven, and by his power brought up the south wind. And he rained upon them flesh like dust, and feathered fowls like the sand of the sea. And they fell into their camp round about their tents. So they did eat and were filled exceedingly. He satisfied their desire. They had not yet ceased from their desire, and their food was in their mouth, when the wrath of God broke out against them, and he made a slaughter of their chief men, and cast down the youth of Israel. Continued ingratitude of Israel. Nevertheless they sinned even more, and he consumed their days swiftly, and their years by a sudden ending. And he was slaying them, and sought them, and having turned, they sought after God. And they remembered that God was their rock, and that the Most High God was their Redeemer. They deceived him with their mouth, and they lied to him with their tongue, and their heart was not right with him, nor were they faithful in his covenant. But he, feeling pity, forgave their sin, nor did he destroy them, and very often he contained his anger, nor did he pour forth all his wrath. And he remembered that they were flesh, a breath that goes and returns not. How often did they provoke him in the desert, and afflicted him in the solitude? And again they tempted God, and grieved the Holy One of Israel. They remembered not his hand, in the day that he redeemed them from the power of their enemies, when he wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Tanis. and transformed their rivers and their brooks into blood, lest they might drink of them. He sent flies upon them, which devoured them, and frogs, which attacked them. He gave their crops to the caterpillar, and the fruit of their labor to the locust. He destroyed their vineyards with hail, and their sycamores with frost. He gave their cattle up to the hail, and their herds to the thunderbolts. He sent against them the heat of his wrath, indignation and fury and trouble, a multitude of agents of missing fortune. He opened a way for his anger. He saved them not from the death, and he delivered their beasts to the plague. And he killed all the firstborn in Egypt, the first offspring of those who were in the tents of Ham. And he brought forth his people like a sheepfold, and led them like a flock into the desert. And he guided them safely, nor did they fear. And he covered their enemies with the sea. And he led them to his holy land, to the mountains which his right hand had purchased. And he cast out the nations before them, and by lot assigned their inheritance. And he made the tribes of Israel dwell in their tents. The Lord destroys his people. But they tempted and provoked the Most High God, and did not keep his commandments. And they turned away, and were as dishonest as their fathers. They wandered from the way like a crooked bow. They provoked him to anger with their high places, and moved him to jealousy with their graven images. God heard and was enraged, and he violently spurned Israel. And he left the tabernacle of Silo, the tabernacle where he dwelt amongst them, and his glory into the hands of his enemy. And he delivered his people to the sword, and was inflamed against his inheritance. I consumed their young men, and their virgins were not betrothed. Their priests fell by the sword, and their widows did not mourn. And the Lord was awakened as one out of sleep, as a warrior overcome by wine. And he smote his enemies from behind. He inflicted everlasting shame on them, and he rejected the tabernacle of Joseph, and chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but he chose the tribe of Judah, Mount Sion, which he loved. And he built a sanctuary like heaven, like the earth, which he founded forever, and took him away from the sheepfolds. And he called him who was tending the sucklings. And he chose David, his servant, and he took him away from the sheepfolds. Wow, his brothers? Is that what that would be saying? He called him who was tending the sucklings. He called him David, who was tending the sheep, to feed Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. His people, his own people, to lead his own people, and Israel, his inheritance. So Israel is David's inheritance. I shouldn't be drawing on this. Hang on. Okay, so David. We got King David. If you could say, I'm a fan of King David. He's not my idol. I'm a fan of King David. I love his psalms. And he shepherded them with an upright heart. Yes, he did. These psalms are great. So King David defeated his own inheritance. So I'm from the tribe of King David as well. Defeat Jacob. I'm from the tribe of God. God is so good, isn't he? He led me to read this one today. It's quite long. I thought it was only the one page, but it kept going. So God's great benefits. How good is God? I'm just going to put highlighter in this. I'm not going to put pen in this book. This is a Latin Bible. It's great. It's got the the extra books and plus more, which I haven't actually gotten to yet. But I'd like to actually read Ecclesiasticus, because that's pretty good. It's 50 chapters, so that's huge, isn't it? 50 chapters, Ecclesiasticus. There we go. Ecclesiasticus. We have Ecclesiastes, but this one is Ecclesiasticus. I think Ecclesiastics only has 20. Is it here? Look, there's Ecclesiastes. How many does it have? The Book of Wisdom in here is great too. I've been sharing that as well. Ecclesiastes. It doesn't have many chapters compared to Ecclesiasticus. I can't turn the pages anyway. This book hasn't been read. I found it at the St. Vincent de Paul Finney shop. I'm a Bible collector. Love it. So this one, Canticles of Canticles, that's the Song of Songs. What a great book. My gosh, what a book this one is. This is it. This is the book. Along with the Psalms. Yes, God is good. Anyway, that's it. Cheers.